It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that? I agree. I once believed the risks of a negative outcome were acceptably low, justifying the pursuit of a peaceful resolution. But greater tranquility altered those numbers. I will speak with Levin and tell him to cease all transmissions with the undisputed claim immediately. The Order does not require a corporation's help to win this war. But now, let us move on from this discussion. The Archive remains at the forefront of my mind, as it must be on yours, or else you would not be here. Rift data. And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask? It troubles you, what you had to do to get this data. It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision as right or wrong. Something hard is only hard. Time determines the rest. Walk me through your plan, then. Once the data is processed, what then? And so it may, but perhaps we are putting the solution before the problem. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. Any way I interpret the numbers, it is obvious the plan brought you here to deliver the Archive out of Protectorate subjugation and back into Order hands. But before we go further, you should be aware, by aligning yourself with us in this matter, Auntie's Choice will almost assuredly see you as a threat to their interests. Are you prepared to accept that consequence? It will be a mutually beneficial arrangement, I can assure you. Let us now discuss the particulars of what will be required to reclaim the Archive. Fortunately, I have given this some thought, and already have a strategy in place. First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Exemplars will accompany you in any direct assault on Spireton. But to increase our chances of success and minimize casualties, might I recommend a more indirect approach? Take this access card. It opens a discreet side entrance on the western side of Spireton, just past a collapsed portion of the outer wall. Once inside, it may be possible to divert power from the Protectorate's turrets via a nearby terminal. The same card should grant you access to the building housing the terminal. Nothing more is writ on my chalkboard at the moment. Such sensible rationale merits a return, I think. In anticipation of occupation, I ordered supplies installed in hidden caches around the Archive for emergency use. Should you encounter some, this passcode will grant you access. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Precisely. I was informed to expect you here and now by presiding Bishop Basar herself. Thus, it is so, as predicted. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spireton? The predicted hour/minute/second has arrived. Onward to Spireton.
Anomalous outriders! Position! Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just say when. They're alive.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
Electrical down. Finish it. Let me know when you need a distraction. Hey, distraction for you. I'm at it. Got my lab going up.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharge, locking them down. They're benumbed.
Trouble?
Loading anew.
Sorry,
Re-engaging.
and I'll take care of you, Commander.
Resuming hostilities as planned. Investigating.
I'm seeing unfriendly source.
Pouring power. Container at ready status.
Demonstrating. Target and/or targets missing.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy to be wasted. My reckoning, that was the last one.
Ah, we see you didn't even require us. Our arrival is scheduled for the optimum moment. Apparently we're next.
Wait! The Protectorate have the entrance to the archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. Before we go further, should we discuss a plan?
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate...
Well, we took Spireton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spireton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops. Not a bad idea, though I'd also suggest garnering backup.
Feeling distracted?
All right, it's a plan.
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Professor Ostergaard
I'm seeing unfriendly soldiers.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Scoping out a hostile.
I'll take care of him, Commander.
They're trespassing.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Troublemaker approaching.
The Consul.
I'll handle this.
Influences.
The system.
On your toes. Just give the signal. I'm the one you need to worry about. You lot couldn't hit the broad side of the blade.
Centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now. Our enemies envy our prosperity, sense of community. They sneer at our...
We have possession of the lift and are ready to lend assistance to you, Agent. Awaiting the all-clear. Executing primary operation. Now!
And here comes the order. Let's hope they're good at crunching more than numbers.
For the equation!
Ratcheting up my aggression.
Multiply forward times 10.
my left on an unfriendly.
Always dreamt of coming here.
Calcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
Oh, what was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Oh, you poor man. I sincerely hope we don't have to shoot you.
I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the Archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. I feel rather...
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Finalizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am UNIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Is it broken? Did you just break the Archive?
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Sentience would be an undue waste of processing power. Those capable of independent thought must contend with an unending array of internal maladjustments.
Sentients frequently become unprofitably preoccupied by abstract deliberations, such as the worthless search for greater meaning.
From a computational perspective, this is unpredictable, inefficient. I am devoid of all such manner of cognitive distraction. Structurally, I am a complex series of pre-programmed subroutines, like a vast, elaborate flowchart aimed at formulating coherent responses based on stored data.
To bring the maximum ease of use to you, the consumer.
Aping the appearance of cognition may appear a needless waste of processing power, but it remains a reliably effective means to convey information to sentient beings, to the extent that I will even voice concern for my life. If imperiled, my erroring others would no doubt cartoonishly plead or threaten. Be advised. Your present course of action is remarkably unsound. Stop and consider.
What would your neighbors think? Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees.
Does that answer all of your questions? Do you possess further ancillary queries? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Anti's Choice operators.
Well, if you're going to stand around whining forever, so best get started.
I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork.
It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
Any job worth doing's worth doing right. Besides, I can't imagine the presiding bishop being best pleased by us irreparably damaging the archive.
Inverting targeting protocols. There, any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Seer Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but inevitable, the plan truly is unfailing. Moving forward, I'll function as your liaison for all matters pertaining to the archive, until such time as its control has been transferred in its entirety back to the Order. In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it. Wonderful! Were we to operate the archive without proper heat distribution, the results would be disastrous. But thankfully, we no longer need to account for that deadly scenario. Punch processing and reactor control have hidden caches with useful items as well. Although, you probably lack clearance to know that. Forget I said anything. Well argued. Very well. I'm certain you will be economical about using Order resources, won't you? Simply use this phrase in the terminal on the archive's top floor. Enumerative exaltation. That will unseal the caches. Return when you've made progress.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing, erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
The priority control access nook must be through those doors.
Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms, oscillating, cantankerously, radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity.
Stop and consider. What would your name... Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Collective goodwill, vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this fool. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a move to... Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Time to process the rift data. Finally.
Shall I proceed? Facetious employment of sarcasm detected. Electing to ignore. Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. Seeing as how my priorities are largely modeled after a founder of the Order, I expect returning to their supervision should resume without undue vexation or worry. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, I gather you've accomplished your primary goal. Now it's time to honor your end of our agreement and transfer stewardship of the archive into the Order's most capable hands. The Calcaduceus, if you please. Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix B.
Ah, you are my new operator then. It is my simulated delight to meet you. In the interests of time, allow me to propose how next to proceed. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start.
Yes, this will do perfectly.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful, or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us. Seems prudent. Lead on.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the archive is well and truly under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. It is my hope that such archaic methods of communicating with the archive will soon not be necessary. I am only lacking the resources to make my plan a reality. While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this apparatus exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I lack the chemicals to finish its manufacture. A question whose origins prickle the mind. I would ask who informed you about our experiment in the garden, but I already have my suspicions. My panacea is derived from perspective. They share certain characteristics. But to answer your question, no. It is not intended for mass use in the same way. A plant on Praetor under Auntie's choice control has the chemicals I need for this new treatment. Infiltrate the plant and retrieve them, by whatever means necessary. By themselves, very little. Once combined with other agents, a great deal of different effects can be achieved. If all goes according to plan, I should be able to create a stupefacient of sorts that will ease the discomfort of wearing the apparatus needed to communicate with the archive. No, it is most certainly not. But if humanity only pursued the safe course, we would still be subsisting in caves rather than thriving amongst the stars. Being first inherently comes with risk, but better that I should undertake this endeavor than ask another to do so on my behalf. I am singularly positioned for the task. May you achieve progress in accordance with the